Good morning, everyone. Sorry I'm a bit late. One of them days today. I keep tripping over things, banging myself. You name it. What could go wrong's gone wrong, etc., etc. Yeah. I'm just sending invites out, by the way. So yeah, and it's come down this morning, and I had to take one of my strong painkillers because my other shoulder's hurting me now. I think, oh,
I'm only off camera for just a few minutes to make my coffee, and then I'll be on the screen.
It seems like it's one of them days for everybody. As soon as I say, I've sort of tripped myself up. I got up first thing, my shoulder bloody hurting me, so I had to take a strong tramadol. I swear I'm dropping bits.
Good morning.
Bella.
Hello, everyone.
Hiya, boss man. How are you? Obviously.
Not great.
Oh, look at Bella with the fringe.
Oh, I've been filming.
Oh, I love your fringe.
I had to make a bit of an effort this morning.
It's lovely.
Well, as you can see, I haven't made an effort.
Now I'm going to feel bad because I look like I slapped a butt today, so...
Well, I don't know what I look like then.
I was just filming this morning, that's all, so I got up early dipping me.
Oh, listen to the glamorous life of Beth. I was just filming with my peg basket this morning. I woke up like this.
Hi, Carla.
Bella always looks like glamorous. So do you, Jeanette. You two you look like you get up in the morning, have a shower, you've got a makeup team there, hair team, and I come on looking like a slap bum.
Yeah, I'm laughing. I'm laughing at what Carla's put. She says, "You look nice too." You know, Carla, where are you looking? That's all I've got to say.
He always looks nice.
Carla's talking to me. Oh no.
He always. I like that.
This.
Yeah, I like that.
I think it was one that I bought about 2 summers ago from Yours Clothing.
Nice, I like it.
In fact, it weren't. It was last summer because I bought it for when we went to Bideford Bay. That's when I bought it.
Look
Yeah.
nice.
Hi, Ian.
Morning, Ian. Just making a cup of tea.
Okay, then. Carla said, I thought that from the moment I saw you today, Jeanette. I think you look lovely.
You do, right? You do.
Apart from top off, but that's been rectified on Friday.
Oh, you're going to get your...
Yeah, I'm going at 2:00 on Friday afternoon. It's all right. I'm just laughing at what Nick's just said. I'm worried. I think she might have a crystal ball as I'm looking topper today.
Hi, Lucy.
Hi, Lucy.
Let's get the chat up.
I was going to say, I don't know where everybody's looking because Ian's put Mrs. P always has a sexy look on the go.
You just got no even confidence. You look like
Sarah. No, not every time I go on your call, you're going to start getting on like a weirdo. I know it is, Jeanette. Yes, it is.
Hiya, Emily. And it seems like it's one of them days for everybody. I mean, I don't know whether you've seen Chris's post yesterday on the group. He's doing a total.
God bless him.
He's doing like a total revamp. I think it feels like he's just been posting crap at the moment.
He hasn't.
I know. I love his content. Like, to be honest with you,
the fact that, you know, like the time lapse and things like that, I don't know, it's just how he feels. He just feels that posting things for the sake of it,
There was one
stop
part of that post that I disagreed with.
monetization, etc.
Yes, the super chat thing. Do you know what he said about the super chat? Where he said that some of my friends haven't got it, and I want to take it. Therefore, I want to take it off. Like, I agree that he should have the money completely going to him, but he deserves a super chat. Do you know what I mean? He deserves it.
But the thing is as well, Kate. I mean, since they moved the goalpost as to the super chat and everything, I mean, he's always had above the hours. Now it's dropped dramatically. I mean, it went down to about 237,000. Then it went down to 232. And he's checked again this morning. It's gone down even more. He's only on 230.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Is that lifetime hours? Is that lifetime hours?
Well, the 240 is the 4 hours that you need to be higher bars. 40,000 watch time minutes equates to 4,000 watch time hours. Now, when they moved the goalposts and they redone it, it was okay because it got, we'd got it.
Yeah.
But then
the people forget, and this is the people forget that each month you lose a month because it's between 12 months, the time frame. So every time you move on a month, you've actually lost a month. So it's going to take forever to actually get to the right thing.
Hello.
Hello, honey.
Hi, darling.
DJ Inns just put, he was talking to Jeff Carter yesterday, and he said he was making £500 a month off YouTube. And he says when YouTube changed it, he dropped to about 180.
Oh.
All right for some. But I'll be happy with £180 a month.
I'll be happy at £1.80, let alone 180.
Yeah. I know. Yeah.
but on sort of a brighter note on that, in that respect, I mean, he did put in the thing, he's going to concentrate on getting me there because I'm on 226,000.
You're almost there. Because everyone loves you, Jeanette. Your channel's awesome.
But you see, how can I put it? He feels like at the moment that this is just Harry's feeling. I mean, it doesn't reflect on anybody. This is just Harry's feeling. Feels like at the moment he's flogging a dead horse.
I think we all feel like that at times, Jeanette.
Yeah.
I feel like
I'm going through a horrible rut at the moment. I'm losing subscribers at the moment. I'm losing watch time hours.
But having said that as well, I mean, that was it. I've lost 6 subscribers since over the weekend, since sort of end of last week and beginning of this. I've lost 6.
Well, last week, I lost 10, right?
Jeez.
And I lost 10. And then I did a collab with Carla. And I've got a few saying, oh, I've come over from Carla, So I know people have subscribed to me, but my count's not changed.
That's crazy.
I honestly don't know.
I'm laughing at Nick. I'm laughing at a thing that Nick sent me. If that cheered me up no end.
He sent that to all of us.
Oh dear. But yeah, and I think at some point, the same as Carla says, I think at some point, it makes you laugh.
Only Nick could think of something like that.
Trust Nick to make us laugh.
I
know. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, even Carla says, she does fantastic content, blah blah blah. You know what I mean? I can't same as Bella. I mean, Bella does fantastic content, but I think at some point everyone feels the same. Everyone. Hi, Obama.
Because last week I was at my target, I was at my 1,525. And then it went down by 15. And then all of a sudden it went back up again. Then it went down again. Then it went back up, and now it's gone back down again to 1,519. It's just crazy at the moment.
I think everybody's been the same. It's like for the past few weeks, it's seemed to have yo-yoed.
Yeah.
Down or
happening.
down, you know what I mean?
I think it's the yearly YouTube purge that they do, where they go through old accounts and stuff and remove views and stuff if accounts haven't been active for like 3 months.
Oh yeah, Alex. Yeah, but there's another thing. I don't know whether you've heard of it, the Canadian Drone Network.
Yeah.
Now, when they do a daily live stream, and when they finished it, they got a certain amount of viewers, and all of a sudden, half of them vanished.
Yeah, it's like mine here. Look at all that.
What's that?
They're channels that have been took away.
Oh, right.
No, I haven't had that come up in they don't come up. They don't look like that when.
That's through the phone now I'm seeing that, and that's my subscriptions list that I have published on my channel. So, I guess because anybody who subscribes to me, there's like a wee box specifically for them, and that's all the channels that have been removed.
I think it's gone mad a bit just lately, because I only get notifications via email that people have subscribed to me. So at one point, I used to get actual instant notifications when somebody had subscribed to me, but I don't get them anymore.
I don't know what. I think something funny's going on.
Yeah.
But you do get disheartened. Sometimes I think maybe, everybody that subscribes to me says they like what I do because I use cheap stuff, even pan store stuff.
Yeah.
But I wonder if it's because I can't keep up with the makeup. I can't.
Trends.
I don't know.
Yeah, Baz, you should. And you should make your quote, what do you need the bleeding peg basket for?
I flying monkey.
What's this?
I'm going to start a channel soon, fingers crossed. I hope it's a drone channel, Baz.
No, it's going to be a channel where he finds bicycles and cycles to Jeanette's house.
Yeah. But yeah, it's gone crazy just lately.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
dropped 75%.
Yeah, but it's like when Kate was doing the relaunch the other night, he never got a notification. The only reason why he knew she were going live is because he got an Hangouts invite from her. And so basically he said, Kate, I'm going to unsub from you and resub you. And a lot of the time,
that works.
Yeah, it does work.
That is like the highest view count I've had on any of my videos. That I wasn't expecting.
Look at Ian's lost the plot again.
And that'll go viral. And sorry, Fly Monkey. Yes, I had a wonderful birthday. Thank you very much. Made all the more special for Bella and Baz being here.
It was lovely.
But,
Good morning, Keith.
Hi, Keith.
Hi, Keith.
But yeah, I mean, it's YouTube at the moment has gone absolutely bonkers.
Mm-hmm.
It's gone bonkers.
I just think it's best to carry on, do what you do what you enjoy doing, if you enjoy doing it, and just don't look at the numbers because it drives you.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like you, Bella. I mean, you could have monetized, you could have had super chat, etc. a long, long time ago, but you choose not to.
No, I can't be asked with all the messing about, and I can just about work it out making a video, let alone all that.
There's a couple of things that are sort of disheartening, I find. So, and I was finding it yesterday. You know, I made a video, uploaded it, and then 4 hours after it had uploaded, it had 4 views, and I was actually one of those views to check it was okay and everything. And then I did post that I was just yesterday. I just had one of those horrible days, and then I posted it in the group saying that I'd had, you know, only 4 views in 4 hours, and then later on in the day the views had gone up and everything, so I deleted the post and then reposted it without moaning. And I did have a few. I on that video now. I did manage to get a few more, but not the views like I used to get on my channel. I used to get like 30 or 40 views on every video. Now I get maybe 20 after if you know, but not always. Sometimes it's only like 2 or 3.
That's because you're on Adam McGeehee. When you go back to your actual boss man in the flag.
No, I'm talking about my boss man channel. I'm not talking about the live streams on the other channel. I'm talking about my main channel, which I'm on now, my boss man channel. I get the views I used to. It's just people.
Yeah, Sharon says she loves your red microwave. By the way, Bella. And yeah, I totally agree with what Carla said. It is counterproductive. I mean, it's making everybody fed up and thinking, well, why bother?
Yeah.
So it is counterproductive for YouTube itself, because they're going to be losing revenue left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
Yes, and I agree.
But yeah, I mean, it's like me. I mean, yeah, I'm close to the watch time, but I'm thinking now, is it worth, you know?
And then
you know what I mean?
You have got to the watch time and you are monetized, then you've got to keep it up, because if it goes down and back under, then you lose it again. You've got to keep it up, keep it up, and keep it up and up and up.
That's right. My tissues is down here. Sorry for that. But it's it is like it does get disheartening.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, my first goal was to get to 1,000 supporters, right? My second goal was to actually attain the 4,000 watch time hours. But then along the way, you think to yourself, well, is it really worth it? Sharon is talking about me. He's had a blast at Saturday at my sister's. I think he's referring to me. And I don't know whether anybody's seen the thing that Bella put in the Facebook group. I couldn't stop that. You know,
nipples and horses.
Yeah, I felt absolutely crap-a-doodle this morning when I got up, because my other shoulder's hurting me. But Chris will tell you, we both sat laughing his heads off. In fact, it were like now, you know, my tears were rolling down my face. I was laughing that much.
Callum's rotten it.
Because he shouted our Callum over and he went, "Hey up, Callum," he says, "Hey up, Rodders."
I'm the same, release the lens.
But you know, it
took me 2.5 years to reach. It took me 2 years to get to 1,000.
It took me 5 years to get to 1,000. I'm still not there.
Yeah, Equinox is friendly. It sounds like a lot of effort, if you ask me. But this is hence me saying, you know, at end of day, and this is a realization Chris has come to, you know, is it worth it?
I was 21 when I started this venture.
And now you're 65. It's amazing. No joke.
Baz has put, yes, I did. You wait, Mrs. B. you're in trouble.
Well, I don't know what he's talking about. What's he talking about? What have I missed out?
What have I missed?
What are you talking about?
Oh dear.
Not shouting at you.
Oh, Alex says it's his YouTube anniversary today. Congratulations.
Happy YouTube anniversary.
YouTube.
But yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, I think at some point, I think everyone gets disheartened.
They do. It's happened to me more than once.
Yeah. Carla's just said, yes, that is the big question. Is it worth it?
The thing is, Carla, yeah, I would never know you, Carla. I'd never know none of these guys who are absolutely a family to me. So however many subscribers I've got, however it's sort of YouTube's messing up and down, yeah, it's worth it because it's just brought me such great people into my life. So
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. Just particularly our small circle.
yeah.
Because I class all of you lot as actual close personal friends now. I don't class you as YouTube.
So do we. So do
You're not
we.
YouTube friends. You're my friends. Well, apart from
Congrats now, Bella. I think I know who he's referring to.
Just remember, Baz, that brother of yours shared that betraying photo of you with that mug.
Yeah, but he's got his own mic.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
You got to look at that.
Yeah, go and look at one that Baz posted.
Oh my, I gotta go like.
Chris says, okay, 1-1 at the moment.
Oh, I have to do this.
Yeah, Nick says if I put my mind to it, I could get the 1,000 easy, but he can't be arsed. But I mean, I'm like Bella. I mean, I look at it this way, you know. At the point when I started my YouTube, I was the lowest.
Do you see what Barnes put?
This one?
Yeah.
That's a brilliant one. How did he take it?
Carl has put, Bella, you have helped me through many rough patches and down moments when I doubted my channel and myself, and I can't thank you enough. You encourage. Well, you see that's the thing I like about Bella. If anybody's down, she's there encouraging, and I try to do it as much as I can. You know what I mean?
You do.
But then, you know, I sort of have them moments myself where, you know, I'm thinking, oh, you know, ooh.
I have to say, the moment I realized who my real friends were, well, the ones I have in real life and the ones that I have in real life are totally different. Like, for example, who I thought I had around me, I thought was my friends, but the ones I have in real life are actually on here. And it was when I was sat in hospital and they came in to me. They didn't tell me the first 2 messages that had been left, but they were like, a person called Della is trying to get in contact with you. And I'm sitting going, who the fucking heck is Della? Bella. She couldn't understand a lick of what they were saying, and they couldn't understand what she was saying. And it was just, and Jeanette was trying to get through too. They couldn't understand what she was saying. It was like, where am I in Japan? Seriously, where do I live?
It was like finding where's Wally, because I'd rung right hospital. I'd rung right hospital, but they were like, put me through to this department, and they actually put me through to the ward that Kate was on, and said she wasn't there. So then they put me through to somebody else, and I says, well, I've been told she were on that ward.
Yeah.
I says, but when I actually got through to the ward, they says, no, we ain't got nobody here of that name. I says, well, you know, I'm in right vicinity.
Yeah.
Got to be somewhere. And they sort of actually put me back through to the ward, and they says, yeah, you were correct. You were told correct in the first place. She is actually on that ward. So we got there eventually after going round, I think, half at hospital.
And then they came to me and goes, we didn't want to wake you. I was like, this is like prison. You get one phone call. wake me.
Oh, no, it ain't flying monkey.
Thank you. Thank
This
you.
isn't it true that all Northerners like to drink gravy from a mug, wear flat caps, and always go to the ground races and pigeon races and eat
Oh
gravy?
my
and
goodness, that is a really old school view.
Yeah, and Barmer, bless her soul, wants to know what can't be asked means. She says, I'm afraid to ask. She says, but
Can't
what
be
does
bothered.
can't be bothered,
It
basically.
can't be bothered.
No interest.
3
Lazy.
seconds, guys. Phone is ringing.
But yeah, it is, it's Ian says, always puts a smile on mine and Sophie's faces when we watch. Baz, we love Bella.
Ah. Oh, shucks, now.
But you know, it's hi Keith, how are you? But I think at some point, I mean, we do get to a place where you you have to weigh it up, but then you sort of have to dust yourself down and think, right, best foot forward and everything. You know what I mean? I think at some stage everybody goes through it.
Of course, we're only human, aren't we?
That's it. I mean, it's like a lot of us has been going like through health issues recently.
Ah, thank you, Carla. I could kill the bugger at times.
You could do a YouTube event. Stoning Baz.
It says, Bella, get that picture framed. I've just been nice. But yeah, I mean, it's what with one thing and another in his personal lives, like health issues, etc.
I'm just going to get me blowpipe.
What?
Is that what she calls it? Way to get her blowpipe.
Coming back with this thing going. No, all we could do is say, keep it down, you young whippersnappers. I'm trying to sleep. I wish.
So,
The young bit, I mean.
a blur. You gonna say good morning?
Bass says, Carly, you don't know her.
Shh. I know, but you're too loud for some people in the morning. I know.
Oh, that's cereals.
You gonna say hi?
Hi.
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 That was clear as day.
Can you say Jeanette? No. Can you say Bella? Bella. Right, stop poking your belly button and say now. Can you say it's like she's discovered a hole in her body and it's like, oh, ow, ow. And it's like, you're not getting a plaster for your belly button. Everybody has one. Same bloody nursery rhyme songs.
Yeah, Carla's just said, well, I took a 3-week break this summer, evaluated it. I wanted to continue, decided I did, and got my act together. Focusing on what I can do rather than what I can't attitude. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what I was going back to saying, Carla. I mean, somewhere along the way, everyone's had like health issues. And, and you sit here and think, well, like I got up this morning, I normally have problems with this shoulder. Yeah, this has not been so bad. But now I got up this morning and my other shoulder's playing up. So you sort of think, oh, God, yet another thing, to throw me off kilter.
Mm-hmm.
Something else that I've got to worry about, as well as everything else. So yeah, I mean, it's one you know, I mean,
Sarah, Baz says hello.
hello. Hello.
Say, Baz. Yeah.
That one's an easy enough one for her to say.
Can you say Bella? Della. Can you say Adam? Adam.
So there you are. Bash said your name is clear as day.
Can you say Pixie? Oh.
Oh,
What about Callum? Callum? Can you say Callum? Sarah.
That looks like near an echo.
what to hear of echo?
Yeah, Baz has got it on upstairs and I've got it on down here and he's kind of lagging behind. I'm just making a drink.
Oh,
Did you hear her shouting Baz?
Baz, there you go.
I've got red kettle as well.
Baz, did you say Baz? Look at my thumb, please. Bring it up to the screen. Oh, look at her thumb, Baz. Look at her thumb. Oh.
What's on Bella's television? Let's have a look.
Oh. I don't think Baz will tell me to get you a plaster either. No, that's not a mouth, that's my arm. Can she say Harry? Can you say Harry? Can you say Harry? Hardy.
What were I going to say?
Can you say Ian? You okay?
I dropped the bleeding cup.
No.
I'm alright.
What?
There's nothing in it.
She dropped the bleeding cup. There was nothing in it.
There's bloody silly ends I keep trying to do.
I hope it ain't your West Ham cup,
Baz.
fella.
Baz.
Or
What
Baz
have you
Man
done?
City Bob.
No, it's me and Mum's diner.
Oh.
Oh.
The kids bought me.
Nick says he doesn't think much to your telly, Bella. There's nothing on it.
Is Bella alive? Oh no, I can see some. No. Oh, there's back. It's back. No, there's a back. It is there. There we go.
Send out to Bella.
You can help a Bella today by donating £2 a month. You might even get Bella a new peg basket. One for the upstairs. Can you say Bella?
No, she said it.
Bar Margaret says, help Bella. She's fallen and can't get up.
She's McFarlane.
No, that'd be the thing. That's what I'd do, Sharon. I'd fall and can't get up.
Sarah, can you say Harry? Can you say Emily? Can you say Emily?
Hello, Emily.
Hello, Emily.
No. Hello, Emily.
Hello, boy. I you. Equinox has put it's a repeat.
Sarah, can you say Ian? Anne? Anne. Can you say Sophie? That was close. You need to add an E on the end.
Carla says, I have surgery next Friday and I refuse to stress myself to record a ton in advance. If I do, great. If I don't, well, it'll still be here when I return. Like, well, this is it. You've got to concentrate on getting well.
Help, absolutely.
You know.
And anybody who leaves you because you're away, just because you've been ill, it's not worth it being there.
Well, this is it. I mean, as we always say, life goes on outside of YouTube.
You sneezed on me, love. Thanks, and coughed. Cheers. Right, see this thing? We got this in Tesco's. It took me a while to realise what it was, but it like... Sarah, stop it. Look, you've got a snotter on my bloody shoulder. Oh! Using her toy to wipe it, that's actually really bad mum there. That's a bad mum. Hey! No. No. Nobody thinks you're funny. If you stop spitting on my laptop now.
All right, Ian's just posed a question. My question is, when we had the hot summer, do you think Africa they had adverts saying give £3 a month for a chav.
Right, seriously.
I mean, I'm not being funny or anything here, but I mean, I've got a serious question. Don't they have birth control in them sort of countries because they seem to be, you know, producing more and more children that they can't feed?
See, I asked this before as well. Why don't they just stop having sex? And then I got told, oh, you know, men over there don't really take no as answer. Right, but my friend Shannon is currently married to a guy from Uganda. So if he has you know, stand back period, how come the others don't? And then Jeremy Kyle always says, put something on the end of it.
Exactly my sentiments exactly, you know what I mean? They're always wanting you to send, you know, the kids that are starving, but why have them in the first place when they can't afford to feed them?
Yeah.
It just over here as well.
You know, I mean, like in this country, you've got youngins getting pregnant just so they can get ours in and get this, that, and the other benefit. You know what I mean? They haven't done a lick of work in their life and don't intend to. You know what I mean?
I have to say, there was this advert that came on once before Christmas, and it was about children and child abuse, like being hit and stuff. And my little sister at the time, she was only 9, and she goes, I don't know what he's crying about. He's got Sky Plus. I swear, our whole house ruptured just this weekend, just innocent sitting there. And she's all, don't know what he's going for. He's got Sky Plus.
But
Oh.
I hadn't heard of that premiere feature. I mean, I keep getting like pop-ups of things and I just dismiss it anyway. But
Oh yeah, I've seen that, but I haven't got it.
What is it? What's it do? What's the advantage?
Mr. Kyle said put a sock on a kid, but I found it late.
but I
Is
mean,
that what happened?
it's doing a pre-recorded video, which then goes out as a live stream with full chat, I believe. Oh,
Yes, yes, it does. It's a new feature. I did give it a try, but no one, only one person turned up, which was Emily.
Faithful.
I've never even heard of it. So I mean,
It's literally only been out for a week or so. It's really sort of a new feature.
no, say I've not heard of it. So I mean,
Nick, my mum is a mother of 6, so I'm guessing she just went for it, you know, for Queen and for Country.
but I mean, it were like same as I was saying the other day. My mum were one of 12 and my dad were one of 8. So I mean, you know, it's
Didn't pay their Sky bill.
but can you remember that really, really bad winter that we had that time and nobody went anywhere, nobody could get out? It was like the whole country. Well, 9 months later I gave birth. That is to one of my other sons, by the way, not Callum. But I mean, it was years and years and years ago.
Yeah, I remember.
And I always make a joke of it and say, well, it was that really bad winter where, you know, nobody could get out anywhere. And
Not hibernated.
What Nick's put here. Nick's put, what did our parents do before modern techno gadgets? Hang on, I'll ask my 26 brothers and sisters.
But you know, I mean, it is. I mean, you know, in his grandparents' age, there was all big families.
My mum said that when she was younger, like as a little girl, she was the only one in her street that had a TV, and it was black and white, and all the kids would come in and sit round it. And you know, that's what. And Coronation Street was black and white and so ancient. And
yeah, Carla says we're anticipating lots of hurricane babies in 9 months. But it's, yeah, I mean, I'm going back some years, Carla, but we had a really, really, and I mean really, really bad
I think it was
winter.
87. I think
We having a lot of white stuff for 4 months. Ian?
Oh no.
But yeah, I mean, and I always say, because I think it's all right. My oldest was born in 86 and my middle one was born in 88. So it might have been that my middle one, Bella, because he were born in, in the November of 88. So yes, he must have been the one I were referring to. And I said, well, it was when we had that really bad snow.
Yeah, Ian. Yeah. Be on our backs this year. That's actually, I'm due to give birth in January, so. And I'll be dodging the white stuff for the rest of my life.
I was going to say, next time she's going to double bag.
Next time, there won't be a next time. I'm officially a lesbian now.
Either that or a nun.
Using that guy on my Facebook as a cover up,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, this is the thing as well. When we got up this morning, 5 degrees it was this morning, and I actually had the heating on.
I did.
Yeah.
I had the heating on this morning.
It was like just to take the chill off,
Same
but
here.
it were only 5 degrees this morning, and you wouldn't believe it to see what it's like now. We've got brilliant sunshine.
Yep.
Oh, no.
But it's like really cold out. It's like
Yeah.
But yeah, when just before Chris went out to work, and he says, "Well, would you believe?" He says, "Before I put heating on, he says it was only 5 degrees."
Yeah. Okay.
Because he always says to me, "Do you mind if I put heating on a bit?" And I'll say, "Well, I'm not cold, but I'm not red hot either." So yeah, and it's just basically turn the thermostat up a bit just to take, the nip out. Yeah.
I did this morning. I put it on for half hour and it's full.
Yeah, Kate says she'll be right back.
What?
I mean, you won't believe it.
You're here about 4 months of snow, Ian. Oh God, I hope not.
I think it's basically because we've had such a warm summer that we're going to have a really bad winter.
Oh.
Oh, Kate, Inquisitive Moments, Kate, that was on the panel, Carla, she's actually from Ireland. She lives in Ireland.
Carla goes.
Poor girl.
I just want to Google something because I saw headlines on the news this morning, and it was something to do with a certain doctor, and it was something about Sheffield. So I don't know what it was. I mean, Bossman might know what it is. It was something to do with.
Oh, I know what happened to do with Doctor Who in Sheffield. It was the press screening of the first episode.
Is it that one that's because it's starting again on 7th of October, isn't it?
It's going to be on Sundays now, Doctor Who. It's the new 13th Doctor. They did the press screening, so they got to see the first episode. And I hate.
Oh, you see, I didn't see it until I saw the news headlines this morning. It says Doctor Who something or other in Sheffield.
Yeah, so they did the screening, the first screening for the press and stuff. So they all know what happens, and we don't. Damn you, press.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say, if Chris says, well, if I'd have known this, I'd have tried to gatecrash it, because he loves Doctor Who, but he's a bit unsure about the lady taking over.
You are a bit. I think it'll be okay. I felt really bad about it to begin with, but I think it might be okay.
I'm promoting so much right now.
But yeah, I mean, Chris is an avid Doctor Who fan. I think his favourite's always been David Tennant or Matt.
I do originally prefer the old school Doctor Who proper.
But he never liked it when Peter Capaldi did it. Him at all. He didn't like him at all.
I prefer Tom Baker and Peter Davidson, the original Doctor Who's back in the 80s.
But yeah, I mean, it's something that, I mean, like, my parents always used to watch it when I was little, and it scared the living, heck out of me, what with Daleks and half things that were in it. And I think that's probably a reason why I've sort of never been able to get into it. Because I used to sit there with, you know, I used to be one of these,
Yeah.
you know, hiding behind, you know, cushion, because to me, I mean, when you're a kid, like a Dalek or how they talk or whatever does scare you, if you know what I mean.
Exterminate.
Yeah, I can't see, I cannot see it working. I mean, how would a woman be Doctor Who? I couldn't fix my face creams in that bleeding TARDIS.
The view to the TARDIS is the biggest thing in the world.
I know inside it's big, yeah, no.
But,
No.
but yeah, I mean, it's.
Pictures on my phone.
I like Star Wars. I do like Star Wars.
They might be on here actually.
But I mean, it's same as I say, it's something that I've never been able to get into.
Oh.
I don't know why. It's
just some people are into.
Yeah, I mean, another thing that they tend to do is like it comes in halfway through a story, and then it's like backwards and forwards and backwards, and you know what I mean. And that's what does it for me, because you never know where you are, because they always either, you know, going from one planet to another, and sometimes like when that woman and it's shown you as a kid, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And it were like too much to-ing and fro-ing for my liking.
Yeah, I watch it when Baz is watching it, but I'm not a fan.
I would say Chris always watches it, but it's like if it's on, like when it's not here, I record it for him. I mean, I don't mind him watching it, and I don't mind recording it for him.
What you mean?
But it's just not my cup of tea. But you see, I'm a lot like Bella in the respect that I'm more into real life crime things. You know what I mean?
Dramas are my favourite.
Yeah, I watch like Investigation Discovery a lot, and I watch crime and investigation and programs like that.
Yeah. And even the ones that when I watch fiction, like and made up stuff, I still like the crime stories.
But one of my mum's favourite was CSI.
Yeah.
My mum used to love that. Hiya, James, how are you? But yeah, I'm more into the non-fiction than the fictional crime stuff. I'm more into the real life stuff.
I do like them. Yeah, I do like them.
Yeah, I mean, because there's one. I think it's on a Sunday. I'm not sure. And it's like it's called Stories from the Morgue.
Can we start the front?
No.
The panel off at the bottom would have been leaning stuff right across it.
Oh, you're joking.
Bloody not, bloody assholes. Sorry, I want the live screen, but we've got to know them.
Oh God.
Dickheads.
Oh dear, Baz is not very pleased.
The people next door have lent so much again. They put so much crap in the garden, all lent against the fence, and it's broke our fence. I didn't
Go
even
and slap them.
Don't tell him that.
No, not Barry. You go, not Baz. You go and slap them, Bella.
No, I can't stand in a box. I can't reach anyone.
Oh, Ian says he watches Forging Fire. It's amazing.
Oh.
He watches a lot like Treasure Island, Snake Island on Discovery. The same as I say, there's one started called Secrets of the Morgue, but it sort of starts at the beginning where they pose them for a minute. You know, they find a body, but then as they do the autopsy and things like that, they find out, you know, and it takes them right through to actually, you know, catching a culprit. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Yeah.
You're welcome here anytime, Ian. You know that.
Well, that's it. He'll sort it out.
Just come up when Posh and Bex are coming up, though.
Hiya, Paul. I says the other day when she said about it, and I went, Who's she talking about, Posh and Bex? And then I sat there and I said to Chris, I said, she's talking about me and you. She's referring me and you to Posh and Bex. Oh, dear. It sort of took about 5-10 minutes to sink in who you were talking about. And then I went, she's talking about me and you. But, but yeah.
Hang on a minute. Let's have a look.
But yes.
Cringy photos on this camera.
Right, box of wood.
So if you're still watching, Ian, the next visit is going to be to Bella, and it's going to be a weekday because of all the problems that Bella and Baz had coming here. Because we're going up on Mr. P's birthday, which is the 22nd of November. Well, there you go. But yeah, it did take about 10 minutes to sink in who she were talking about. She were referring to me and Chris as Posh and Bex.
I thought it'd be more like Posh and Scary. Chris being scary. Chris being scary.
He says that. Pardon me. He says that I heard my name. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, you're scary.
Yeah. Yeah. Ian said it's a Thursday actually, Ian. So Callum's going to be. I mean, he didn't hear it, but.
Hear that one?
I think you got that one. Yeah. No, he's going to have a case of the bad lurgy for 2 days. Well, no, we were thinking more the,
Poop.
I'm not say anything. I'm not sort of, but But
dodgy. Oh wait, no. Actually, I do.
Because I had to laugh because the first thing Callum said when we told him, he says, "Well, we're on about going up when it's your dad's birthday." I says, and he says, "Well, it's Thursday like mine, isn't it?" I says, "Yeah." He says, "I've got school next." He says, "I've got school." He says, "No, you haven't, not for them 2 days."
Yeah, we won't hurt for a couple of days, will it?
No. Well, some as I say, he's got like an exemplary. He's not very often.
Yeah.
I mean, like he's been ill like last weekend. He still, forced himself to go to school.
Mm.
Yes, there is some soup left.
I'll do some cooking.
Right, can you pass on a message for me, please, Bella and Jeanette? Can you tell Pixie and Ian that I'm not talking to them?
Oh. Oh. What they done?
They called me you know who.
Oh God.
To them.
Look, guys, look. He looks nothing like that person.
I'm funny, he's not.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, from my respect, it's a bit of fun, and he's famous, so they're comparing you to a famous person. So I take it all day long.
I wouldn't, not Harry.
Oh!
I don't even see his name.
I mean, I don't know what you compare me to, but so long as it's somebody famous, I couldn't give a. You know what?
What, darling?
Very good empty.
You know, I don't really care what they call me. It's only messy.
Yes, I know.
But one of these days, you'll watch out. You just wait and see.
Well, I mean, this is Chris's exact words. They call him Penfold. After Danger Mouse, but
It doesn't look anything like Penfold. Penfold's a mouse.
Who looks like Penfold?
Chris, they always compare him to Penfold after Danger Mouse. The little one with glasses on.
He's not a
Oh,
cartoon,
yeah.
so he can't be. It's just.
Ian says it could be worse. Could be Mr. Blobby.
Yeah, you are definitely Mr. Blobby, DJ. Or I think
Yeah.
Ian could be one of the Mitchell brothers. You know, he could be, a bit of grunt. Could be a grunt Mitchell.
But I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care what people call me. So
I don't have a white collar, thankfully, so I'm not that said person.
but because I'm cute and cuddly. Don't you mean cute?
No, he's not cute. He may be cuddly, but he's not cute.
This says, "Hey, I'll take that, Adam."
You're a grunt. You're not Grant. You're a grunt.
Being fired today.
When do you start work, Emily? Let's change the subject.
2 p.m.
2 p.m.
You mean hell? I mean, yeah. I wonder if there'll be any rumors today.
You never know. Maybe.
Well, changing the subject as well. Crimson missed out by one question on the exam that he took for his new job.
I know.
That's not happening. But he did message me yesterday to say he was going for an interview at a upmarket coffee shop.
Ooh.
But the only problem was it was like 2 hours away.
No.
No.
Me and old Bella with a bit of F and Jeff in between.
Like I said, you'll have to wait and see, Nick.
But, I mean, my attitude, I couldn't give a stuff. You can call me what you like. I don't care.
Just as long as you call me for dinner, I don't care.
Dinner's ready.
I mean, at the end of the day, Bella, what you choose to wear, makeup-wise, or how you dress, that's your concern, nobody else's. You know what I mean?
No, I'm just don't just because you got the Reds on, don't go going everywhere.
But I mean, not being awful, but at least you take pride in your appearance.
Well, it's my thing, isn't it?
But you know what I mean? I mean, you get some people that couldn't give, I mean, if I wanted to, I could make an effort, but that's not who I am. I don't sort of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't sort of get dressed up and made up.
No.
I think more so. I mean, I do
on a normal daily basis.
I've got a lot on today because I've been filming. But you see me Saturday, I'm not full of makeup.
No. I mean, but I, Crims, were just talking about your interview yesterday.
Oh, look, it's the three amigos.
Oh.
Ian says, I've got a rumour. Did you know me and Sophie having twins, got married, and now with other people, still waiting to find out who the lucky woman is. But yeah, I mean, I only put makeup on. I mean, I've shown you that photo when we went to that dinner dance. Yeah, I went and had my hair done. I got dressed up. I wore makeup, etc. But it's only like on days like that I do make an effort if I'm going anywhere special. But that's who you are, Bella. You know that's the nature of what you do and what you like and what you love.
People don't like it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you want it to Crimson Fantasy? Because I don't actually know whether I've got you on this one.
No, don't get Stephen. It'll rapidly go downhill.
Oh. Just saying that, like I got told like the other week, because I'm being honest now, and Adam knows this. I wear men's clothes because they're comfy for me, And I got told the other week, oh, you should wear like skirts and dresses and dresses for girls.
No, like you're comfortable. You're comfortable.
Well, that's it. I mean, I'm saying, Emily, I couldn't give a monkey.
I mean, you just said, were you offering to pay for my clothes? No.
Yeah,
sod off.
exactly. It's whatever you're comfortable in. Sod
Yeah.
what anybody else
Ian,
thinks.
he
You know, I
wears
mean,
Sophie's
that's just
clothes.
what.
Look at Ian, he wears Sophie's clothes.
He'll definitely be knocking on your door, Bella.
I mean, I must be doing something great if I've got Adam.
Well, of course.
Yeah, but I wouldn't do it correctly because I hate the arsehole. Sorry,
What?
I'm just answering DJ.
He says, and on art, I think if Adam did a funny Ariel live stream, it possibly would take off if done correctly.
It would.
He says, I wear Sophie's clothes all the time.
We know you do, Ian,
But, you know, to me,
because you're a big girl's blouse.
everybody's individuals.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, look at Random Life Productions. I mean, she's not one for, she is who she is. But we're going to the wedding and everything on Saturday. She looked absolutely stunning. Not saying that she don't look stunning anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like times like that when I make an effort.
Thank you.
But on a normal day-to-day basis, I mean, everybody knows I don't I don't wear makeup, I don't get dressed up, but you know what I mean? You are who you are and your own you know, your own individual person.
Yeah.
Wait,
But then it's your thing, isn't it? I mean, makeup is my thing. That's what my channel's about.
Yeah.
If I went into the kitchen and cooked a cake, bloody hell.
come on.
Nobody'd watch. You've all got your own thing, haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. And each individual person is exactly that, their own individual person.
It's showing you how much is left.
It needs filling.
I think that's biggest in that there is going, Baz.
I've got 2 of your containers now. You'll have to take them back.
Yeah.
I've got that one.
She's
and
got more containers than what I have now.
I've got that one and the one from Birmingham.
But yeah, I mean,
Cake containers.
sandwich boxes.
Bloody big sandwich in it.
Well, Callum as well used to use that one with the green lid on. Well, he used to use the one that I gave you before.
Yeah.
He used to use that one, like, when he were doing cooking and whatever at school, like for all his ingredients. But then that, as you can see, it's like broke a little bit. So that's when we bought that green one. But now he's not cooking, Hiya, Grant, how are you? But yeah, it's like everybody, same as I keep going back to it, everybody's individual.
Where's Kristen? I thought he was coming up.
I have sent him an invite. But everybody's got as I call them, quirks and foibles.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
And I mean, I think everybody would agree with me. We wouldn't have each other any other way.
No.
Oh, I think we would. I'd have Ian and Nick a different way. And actually being funny.
I'm laughing at what Nick's just put as well. It says, I had Oxfam knock on the door collecting clothes for starving people in Africa. Well, if they can fit in my clothes, they ain't bloody starving. Somebody, I don't know whether it were in the group or on Facebook, that somebody had put a picture up of some male mannequins, and they've got like a belly on them, and it says, at last, some realistic mannequins.
I agree.
You know what I mean? and it were like a male mannequin, but we like a pot belly or a beer belly, as I call them. And somebody says at last, you know, a realistic mannequin.
Well, they've started doing real size models now as well.
Oh, that were another thing this morning. Hi, Choppers. Piers Morgan. There was a plus size model had gone on the front cover of a magazine.
Yeah, right. They should.
But he's pulling them to pieces, saying, you know, what sort of image is that creating for her kids? And she's a £300 plus model, and it's not setting a good example to a kid. And I could have wrung his.
I can't stand.
I could have wrung his bleeping neck.
I can't stand him. He's
but you see, Susanna Reid was sort of having a dig at him and saying, well, you've put on weight and, you know, you refuse to do anything about you being overweight. And he kept saying, well, yes, I agree. He says, I've put about a stone on in the last year. He says, but I can lose it just like that. And I thought,
well, don't he then?
Yeah, you know. And Susanna Reid said exactly the same thing. She says, well, right, go on then.
Yeah, exactly.
And he were pulling shreds out of this.
I can't keep picking you up all the time.
And they were basically saying, well, she not lose weight because basically being overweight is a bread and butter. Yes, so what?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I do worry about you, Ian.
I mean, same as I said, just because she's overweight, it doesn't mean that she's unhealthy.
Not at all. Not at all.
You know what I mean? You know, when I was saying to Chris this morning, I kept saying, well, I says, I think you ought to look in mirror once or twice.
Exactly.
You know, look at yourself in mirror.
All I can say, Ian, is I was hungry. I'm not anymore.
Oh, God.
No.
Oh, dear.
But, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I mean, Grant's in America, but I don't know whether you've heard of Piers Morgan, but he's all right.
KNOB.
Yeah, well, I was going to use the, you know, that waste products come out of. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But you know, I'm there screaming at telly just because the girl. I mean, she were beautiful. Yeah, she were covered in tattoos, but she wasn't repulsive, if you know what I mean. Yeah, she were. You know, but that is basically. You know, she's not setting a bad example to her children.
No.
You know, to me, she's making the most of what she's got. You know, it's.
Oh, but Choppers.
I've got to go and have a look at this.
What, is that something Ian sent or Nick sent?
Yeah. Well, you see, I didn't like to be rude and go and check it in, but yeah. Nick says it's pouring right off pizza.
Yeah, no.
Oh, no.
But yeah, you know, I mean, that sort of, and this is what I'm saying. I mean, that was first thing this morning, and I were in the right shitty mood, if you know what I mean. Basically, he talks out of his poo hole half at time.
I always say that same thing, Choppers. I've got anorexia because every time I look in the mirror, I see a fat bird. I always say that. But
yeah, you know, it's. It says, Bella and Baz, I'll send it now, but I'm saying sorry now.
What's he sending?
Oh, you don't want to know.
For God's sake, what's coming on?
Knows Ian only too well. Yeah, I agree with you there. Grant, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. Yeah, our own carries themselves is the difference between ugly and beautiful. But yeah, he grated right on me this morning.
Yeah. But if I'd have
You know what I
seen
mean?
it, wouldn't
Yeah, I mean, I admit that I'm, you know, a big girl, but it don't make me a bad person, you know. And
it? Exactly.
he took even Baz is laughing at it now.
Oh God!
I'm glad I haven't.
Definitely put you off pizza.
Oh,
What did he say?
I'm just glad I had that pizza for breakfast.
Oh dear. Should I ask Chris if he wants some pizza when he comes in?
oh, good Lord.
I'll just get it up here and I'll ask him if he wants some pizza.
Only Ian could send that.
Oh dear.
Or Nick.
I've just got it up ready for when Chris cooks because I've just seen Van turn round. Oh dear. I was just saying, Ian sent me a picture. He says, "Do you fancy some pizza?"
Honestly.
But yeah, I mean, it's right what Grant says. You know, I mean, it's like there again, going back to each individual person. You know, some are thin, some are fat. You know what I mean? It's.
I think
I
think it's better. I agree with plus size models very much because I think some of the young girls I know when my kids were, you know, great, not now, they're established women with their own families, but when they were growing up, it was, oh, this is fat, I must be this size, I must be this size. And I think that's awful for kids to feel like that.
Oh yeah, I don't think you won that one, Choppers. He says I won a pizza on the radio yesterday.
Yay.
Ian sent a picture. Anybody for pizza?
Better looking woman might possibly, if it was Jeanette, then yeah.
Oh, don't send no.
Oh dear.
What we got on?
We've got Emily, Bossman, Bella, Kate was on. He says yes. He said yes, he would if it was on me. Ian. Oh, Crimson's here now.
Boy Stone.
Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, boss man. Hello, Emily.
Hello.
I'll have me soup later, baby.
Right.
You'll just do yourself some.
Oh,
You've not seen it, Emily.
No.
I'll
I
send.
I'm gonna say I was just gonna send it.
Yeah, send it. Jeanette will send it. And it's not so bad if Jeanette sends it.
Chopper, I have a bird protecting my six pack.
Oh, help me.
Yes.
Who's sending it to Kate?
Uh,
Might be hungry.
Oh.
yeah, I've sent it to Emily and I've sent it to
Oh God! Now Nick's sending food.
unless she's got to go and work in McDonald's later.
Yeah, that's funny, Nick. That is funny compared to that other thing.
Oh, gee.
Oh my God. Oh dear.
That image is ingrained on my eyes now.
Got off pizza now.
Oh, damn.
I'm still fighting Dicky Doo. Who's Dicky Doo?
Choppers ain't seen it. Send it to Choppers.
I don't know whether Chopper's in on Facebook.
Oh.
And I'm not showing it on the live stream because it's a little bit
Yeah.
risky. But yes. I'll try and email it to you later, Choppers.
I'll pass.
That's been sent to people through Messenger, but obviously you're not on Facebook, so I can't send it to you. Yeah. Kate says pizza party. Hi, Crims. Is there but not there? Anybody there? I'll just send it to Steve.
Hey, Steve. Can't hear you,
No
honey.
sound, can't hear you.
Down, Steve.
What did you delete?
Did something wrong.
Yeah. Oh, it's gone.
Oh, are you, Kate? That'd be good.
Thanks, Baz, but I knew what he meant.
Oh, Nick. Oh, Nick. All I can say is, oh, Nick.
What's he done?
I don't know.
No, he's just sending funny, silly joke things. No, why did I do that?
Oh, Kate says she's interviewing Crimson on Thursday.
Mm.
Ignore it, Nick, I didn't mean to send you back the same picture. I clicked the wrong bloody button.
Chopper says he did some work at the children's prison today. Kate says no D-style and pizza, though, strictly sausage rolls and breaststrokes.
Rice cakes, please. Oh, I don't think I've got any left. I've got some ravisa then.
Hey, back.
Hello.
My what's the name?
No sound.
It's butter and
We've gone again. Oh dear.
and
It must have something to do with him having headphones on because there were no sound. He's there but no sound. You know, lights is on but nobody's home type of thing.
oh, it's me all the time. Anybody hear from Vicky?
No. She
Morning.
messaged me yesterday afternoon. Okay then, Grant, thanks for coming in. Yeah, basically she messaged me, you know, apologising for not, and I said, well, you've had a lot going on, you know, this, that, and the other, and it's basically.
Oh God, what's this thing now?
God knows I've not opened it yet. It's a video link.
I'm not going to open it either because I don't know whether it sounds on or
I
not.
know, that's why I don't want to. That's why I don't want to play it in case the sound of it.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
You've got subtitles.
Well, those things you did for me, thank you very much. Awesome.
I'm laughing at this that Ian sent. Well, she sucked it to him.
He's sending us home movies now.
That would probably be my reaction if Chris had said that.
Yeah, why are you sending us your home movies, DJ? We don't want to see your home personal private.
Oh dear, that'd probably be me. That'd probably be my reaction.
Hello?
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Hi, Steve.
We can hear you now.
It's my computer. When I have OBS set up with the webcam, for some reason when I go to Hangouts, it won't like play the sound. It's weird.
We were sort of saying hello. There were no, you know, nothing there.
Yeah, that's why I never use my computer sometimes, because it's set up to OBS. It's like it's thinking it's still running on OBS, like with the sound. So I have it. I don't know. I have to do some setting changes, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, Nick says his Amazon parcel is 5 stops away.
So you'll get it in about 3 hours' time then.
Ask
Yeah,
Nick
I-
if he wants
I mean,
that when I
just because
send
it's 5 stops away, it don't mean to say it's going to be here in next half an hour. I mean, knowing Amazon and parcel delivery, I mean, it could be about 5 hours.
Ask Pete if he wants that one. I sent him a sample of something I've done for someone else. Ask him if he wants that one.
Well, I just saw what you guys were looking at earlier. Jeez.
And I said that without moving my lips, Bella. He says, yes, please.
That pizza in her muff, like.
Stop it, you're making Emily. Emily and Kate was the only two that had not been sent it to, so I sent it to them, and Emily's going, yeah, 5 stops means 8.
But you know what I have to appreciate about her picture is her confidence. Like, the confidence is what's making this picture here, and her armpit hair.
And Chopper,
That-
Mr. Bartic, Chopper wants it, and I says, well, these has been sent via messenger, so I might have to email it to Choppers later on.
That's just my review on it, guys.
Well, I mean, Chris's review was it's all right, but it sooner the person be me, if you know what I mean. What a waste of pizza! That's my only. That's
like a large pizza gone.
That's what I say. What a waste of good pizza!
I know, right?
You know,
Emily's like, you guys are gross.
Can't you see innocent face?
Yeah. So Baz wants boys round, baby. Baz wants boys round. Well, somebody's put lent some rubbish up against their fence, and it's made all Bella's fence go over.
Yeah.
So Ian's going round. So we're sending boys round.
Coffee, baby.
Coffee, will you?
I've still got mine, but it's gone cold.
I still need to drink the coffee. I'm like half asleep here.
It's down the side of the house, and you can see the panels. They put so much crap in the garden, our panels are falling into our garden. But I said he's going out, he's going to just push the panels and push all the crap back in their garden.
Don't blame him.
He said if he comes out, he'll put him upside down in the dustbin.
I
would pay to see this.
I was going to say, nobody's going to argue with Baz, because in real life he's like a giant, honestly.
He's a big bloke.
Oh yeah, he's really tall.
Oh, he's 6 foot odd, isn't he, Bella?
He's nearly 6'4".
Just under 6'4" and about 6'4" wide.
We were talking height-wise, Baz.
And
we're talking height-wise, love. Want to keep it clean this morning. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not Triple X coffee mornings.
No.
I'm 5'1".
But I mean, when Baz sat at the side of me on couch, he's like, "No, I don't want you to get a big head about this, Baz, but he's cute and cuddly."
Hey, I had a 16-year-old girl on my show, and I behaved, like for an interview. So it shows that it can be done. We can have good coffee mornings too.
When was this going to happen?
2085.
I have all that in frames.
Yeah. Well, I'll be dust to dust, ashes to ashes then.
We'll be living on Mars by then.
or frozen in one of these cryogenic things.
Yeah, one or the other for sure.
Chopper says, "I well know." But yeah. Ian says he's like Dad's whiter than white. Yeah, right. You haven't seen half of them pictures or videos what you've been sending. I'm saying them all.
Yes, the funny videos. If you know, Ian's the guy you got to go to if you want to have like a funny laugh with a video. He'll send you some funny stuff.
But yeah, did you have tomato or did you have minestrone? I said to him, because you see, I like mushroom or I like chicken soup, so I order like two minestrone, 2 tomato, and 2 mushroom.
You got to switch it up.
Emily's put, look, there's a flying pig.
I got a Chef Wednesday now.
Our time here is like a drop in the ocean.
I beg to differ on that one, Ian.
I didn't see. What is it?
It says, "I'm always good."
Oh, that's a lot of
You're about as good as I am.
So have you sort of decided if they offer you the job, Steve? Are you going to take it?
Yeah, at this point, it's like, what do I have to lose? But it's even my dad said it's a long like bus ride, and I don't have a car. I gave up my car for my house, so it's like I'm gonna still keep looking. You know, I still have my first job. It's not like it, but I want to make sure I find like a job that I can stick with. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's like everywhere nowadays. If you need a good job, you've got to travel for it, aren't you?
Yeah, that's the thing. So I'm gonna like ask myself if I want to like be on a bus 2 hours there and back. You know.
Well, this is the thing, and it's not only that is the wage, but at work it out this way. You know, the bus fare there and back. End of the day, the wage that you're going to be earning, is it worth it when you're paying all that money out?
Yeah,
expenses.
Exactly. And like you know, nowadays, like in Ontario, it's like you need 4 interviews. You need to have like a conference interview. You have to have a phone interview. You have to go through a course for a week and a half. Like, yeah, it's pretty insane with the employment in like Ontario, especially for a part-time job.
Yeah, Ian says, I sang for Bella the other night. I was nice. He did. And Dr. says he will leave town to get a job, no problem. But it all depends at the end of the day, you know, same as I've just said to Crimson, it's a 2-hour journey there, a 2-hour journey back, and you've got to weigh the pros and cons up. Once you've paid your bus fare and what you're left with at the end of the week, is it worth all that hassle? I WrestleMania.
Like, I would do it. I would do it if it was for my major I took, right? But this isn't like what I went to school for, and I don't really want to do what I went to school for. Like personal support work. Like I did it twice, and I was like, this isn't for me. Like, I had one client. He suffered with dementia. He was 90 years old, and you know, watching him being fully functional when you first like see him, like, you know, he's all set and ready to go, to the point where he didn't know where the washroom was, and you know, he's pooping out on the floor, and he doesn't even know what he's doing wrong and stuff. Like, you have to like guide him everywhere. It was like reliving the same day every day for 2 years when I worked with him. Like, you know, he would say the same thing at the same time, at the same place, and it's like you relive that work day every day.
Yeah.
So it's like, I watched him die on his deathbed and stuff like that, and I was like, I got too attached. I was like, you know what? Like,
I mean, if like that, or nursing or anything like that, because when the children were little, I used to do school welfare work because it covered the children's hours at school.
Yeah.
And I would come home and I'd find myself children. I mean, it was a really bad area that I was in, and kids would be away, and you'd find them with bruises and everything like that. And I used to find myself walking home past the children's houses if I could see if they were all right and things like that. I just got too emotionally attached.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's like you want to reach out like even more so than what you're doing with your job, but you know, you don't know how to do it and stuff, and you think about these people after your work.
Yeah.
And then
I would just about say the same thing. It's that sort of work that it's got to be the right sort of person to do that work, because you have to work. You have to sort of grow a thick skin. And
exactly. And with my second client,
yes, certain
with my
people can do that, and then other people can't.
Yeah, but I'll just tell you why. Like I officially stopped because my second client, he had legs that would give out, and he would just fall. So you had to transfer him from his walker to his wheelchair and stuff like that. He had a little thing that would make him go up the stairs, like a little lift. And basically, they're like, "Oh, you know, you got to really check for that when that happens." I'm like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll get him." But like, you know, the first day I had him by myself, his legs went out, and it was scary. It was just like boom, right to the floor. Luckily, the sister was there, and they said that I would have killed him if the sister wasn't there.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to be responsible for killing, you know, old man, like an old 80-year-old, 90-year-old man. Like, I don't want that on my brain. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, you see, the thing is as well. I mean, like for years and years and years, Chris did that same work, and when he first became a carer, he worked with vulnerable, what they call vulnerable adults, like not older people, but you know, like people with schizophrenia, Down syndrome, learning difficulties, etc. You know what I mean? But eventually it does take its toll on you, because some of them, I mean, there were one client in particular were very, very violent.
Yeah.
And my first client, they were stealing money from him. Like I heard on the phone, like, you know, like the son would call and they would be like, "Oh, do you have any, like, do you have your silver dollars? I want to sell those on eBay and stuff so you can go on vacation." And he wasn't working. He was just living off the dad and stuff, because the dad was like the Ministry of Finance of Ontario.
You know, I mean, same as Chris has just said, when he were working with the, you know, the people with learning difficulties, etc. There were one particular client that was violent, and there was only Chris and another guy that could handle him, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, like how do you handle that situation when someone's violent like that? That would be scary.
Yeah, well, you see, the thing was, I mean, the family knew his violent tendencies. I mean, it got schizophrenia, it got several other things as well, but it were prone to have these sudden outbursts of violence.
Mm-hmm.
And
like was he like was it to the point where it's like people got bruises, or was it like?
Oh, he actually one time he did actually violently assault one of the other patients.
Oh wow!
But it got to the point where the family was saying to the care home where he were living, "Now in them certain situations, you've got my permission to calm him down by any means possible." So
you have to use the right force.
Yeah, this certain guy, they were Chris and this other guy. Basically, they used to take him down to the floor, not use unnecessary force, but take him down to the floor and calm him down that way. Not, you know, not sort of bash him up or whatever. But they used to do it. You know, they used to do it. They used to do it in a way that, you know, it weren't going to cause distress to him. It weren't going to cause distress to the other patients. But it was the only way that they could calm him down.
Oh yeah, and like you got to have a thick skin because they can be like borderline trolls, you know.
But you see the
They'll
thing
they'll
is,
just say they'll say whatever they feel.
but you see the thing is, I mean, not long after Chris left, they ended up having to section him. It got that bad that he ended up being sectioned because the violence got that bad.
Well, maybe it's for the best so he doesn't hurt anybody. Yeah.
Well, basically, the care home where Chris used to work had said, right, enough's enough. We can't control him, but nobody else would have him, if you know what I mean. No other care home would take him. And they says, well, the only other alternative is to have him sectioned. So that's what they did. You know, but it's
yeah, I couldn't do anything. I'm not my nature isn't tough enough to deal with that.
Yeah.
No,
But I mean, it's not only that, Bella, it's having understanding of the way their mind thinks, if you know what I mean.
Exactly.
You know, you've got to do.
I didn't want the guilt of having a death on me. Like, you know, like the sister and the mother were making me feel bad. They're like, you almost killed him, and they fired me right there. They're just like, we don't want that onus on you as a person. You know, you're still starting out as a caretaker and stuff like that. I was like, gee, thanks.
But you see, as well, I mean,
yeah,
the reason for him being in that care home is because his parents couldn't handle him themselves.
exactly. It becomes too much on the family. And I learned that too. You know, that's why they do it.
But yeah, I mean, it was sort of a last resort. But I mean, I sympathise with, you know, I mean, the guy didn't want to be like that. It's just, you know, it's what it is.
It's the circumstances that he was given.
Yeah, and it was just, you know, I mean, there were some there that were, you know, mild Down syndrome, but I think the parents were elderly, and the fact that, you know, I mean, the parents were elderly and couldn't cope with the caring side of it.
Want a coffee? It could be a water one.
Across tomorrow.
But yeah, it's you know, I mean,
Thursday.
I admire care workers because one, you have to work 365 days a year because they never get a day off. Well, they do, but you know what I mean?
I work 7 days a week.
You know, it's like Christmas and bank holidays is just another day to them because life goes on. There's still people in care homes. They still have to be looked after. You know,
exactly. You know what I got for Christmas from my first client? I got more pay-as-you-go talk time because they said I was hard to get a hold of and I wasn't on call. So they came, and I was like, that's a practical gift. I like that, you know? Yeah, but I was there 7 days a week at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So, but I mean, that's the only problem. I mean, like,
yeah,
you know, it's like our nurses and there's firemen and policemen, like, you know, a lot of time they have to work Christmas Day because, as they say, the world doesn't stop revolving because it's Christmas or it's New Year's or.
I know why you were late this morning.
Why?
There were 2 fire engines zooming down heading towards Norfolk Park.
Well, I never heard them.
No, because they come up with sirens off as soon as they got here.
Damn, I missed them.
I've got loads of bits to do.
Okie dokie then, Bella.
I'll speak to you later on.
Yeah. Speak to you later, Bella. See you later.
Bye.
Bye, Bella. so much, and like like we would talk. There was time on like my itinerary with him that I'd have like an hour conversation with coffee. Like they had like a coffee machine and an espresso machine, and then they had like brownies and cookies, and we would sit and talk for an hour, and I would get to know him, like like kind of like companionship.
Yeah, yeah. I would say it's that's to be my problem. I mean, let's say I went to work in an old people's home, but I'd get too attached to and then yeah, it happens. They pass away, you know what I mean. But I'd be sort of person that
I didn't think I felt they kept wanting to rip my clothes off.
yeah, right.
I saw him 7 days a week, right? So it was like you get to know someone really quickly.
But you see, that'd be my problem, you know. If anything were to happen, I don't know. It's like an attachment into, you know. It's like friends. You get attached to friends, and then something happens, and you know you get upset when anything happens, and this, that, and other. It's only same working in that sort of industry, you know.
Yeah, he used to get upset when I would leave. He's like, "Oh, you're leaving? Oh, okay. Can you stay a little longer for me? Can you stay a little longer?" And I'm like, I would stay like an extra hour, 2 hours, and I would play bingo and like Wii bowling with them and stuff like that. Those people know how to play Wii bowling. Like I couldn't even beat them at it.
Just said, I've seen smoke people, so when do I move in?
I'm heading off now, people, because I'm
okay then, Adam.
So it was another interesting coffee morning.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
We've discussed a whole lot of different subjects again.
Yeah. And before you go, Adam, I just want to say that robe looks really comfy.
It's not a robe; it's just a cardigan. Not a robe.
Oh, it's a cardigan. Oh, sorry. Still, that looks like a nice cardigan. I love the red.
Yeah, it's Ralph Lauren, but the cheap version of Ralph Lauren.
Well, I was saying, Crimson, like when we got up this morning, it was 5 degrees. See you later, Emily. See you later, boss man.
I don't know if Emily's going. Emily's still on.
Well, she's waving, or just waving to Adam.
Yeah, I need to get ready for work anyways, because it's like.
I'll speak to everyone later.
Bye. See you later.
Bye. Bye. And then it was just us.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, it's it was like when we got up this morning, it was 5 degrees, and it was cold.
5 degrees is better than 3 degrees.
But you know, we just put central heating on for like 10-15 minutes, and it took the chill off. But if you were to see it now, Crimson, it's glorious sunshine now.
Yeah, the weather is really weird. I don't understand the weather. Like, I feel like I have to take my air conditioning out of the window now. Like, it's time for that, because it's like I have the window open right now, and it's like the cold air's coming in. Like, where's the warm?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Chris is sort of sat over there in the corner, but he's got the patio doors open now. But we could have done that this morning because it was freezing.
Exactly, and I was wearing shorts outside yesterday. It was cold, and you never know what to wear for the weather, and maybe I should check the news.
There's no wonder this. So we're in South Yorkshire, Sue. Yeah. Sue's asking where are you, and I says we're in South Yorkshire.
Right by the mental asylum.
Yeah. Well. Signet Hospital down the road. but yeah, that's like for troubled teenagers and like people like with depression, young people with depression.
I'm not taking the piss out of depression. I was just joking around, but yeah, for sure. I mean, they do a good. They do a good job for sure.
Like. Oh, sugar, what's that done now? But yeah, it's like for young adults, we eating disorders and things like that. It's all like plethora of things, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Hello,
and Equinox says his parcel's arrived.
Hey.
But yeah,
What did he get?
They do sort of like have a secure unit to it, but you know, it's like for a whole range of things, you know, people that are depression, anxiety, eating disorders, but then again they do have the more serious patients, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So basically it's well, you see, that this is the thing as well, Amy. Our son's got special needs, but is in a mainstream school and he copes quite well in that regard, you know what I mean? But it's, you know, it's a case of when I say it's just down the road, it is like just down the road. But I mean, a lot of people think, oh well, I don't want them living near us. But to be quite honest with you, we've been here 3 years, never had a problem, never had any complaints from anybody as regards, because some of them, they do sort of let them go wherever they want, if you know what I mean. But obviously the secure side of it, for more serious things, you know,
yeah, like you're safe where you live for sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, you know, they've got two sides of it: the non-secure and then the secure side, which is for the more serious. Yeah. You know, for the more serious mental disorders.
They
you know,
they classify it by the severity, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Ian says the let Chris out midweek, lock him up on a weekend. But yeah,
as long as you can get out for Friday, you know, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Well, he's too old for down there anyway, because it's for young adults.
Oh, the sting.
It's true, but
Well, if anything, I say it as it is. I mean, he's too old for that place anyway. But I keep saying I'm going to go there for an holiday. I mean, all joking aside, but yeah, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, I look at it this way. I mean, it's good that they've got them sort of places where they can get the help that they need, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it comes from a good place.
Yeah. I mean, it's, you know, I mean, all too often nowadays, I don't know whether it's like in Canada, but here, a lot of mental illness is swept under the carpet, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, it was for the longest time, and you know, now we're trying to bring awareness to it. I think it's like someday in February it's about mental health awareness, and like we send text messages with hashtags saying mental health awareness, and you know, we're trying to bring more light to it.
I mean,
you know, like you'll see like commercials and stuff on TV about it, like, you know, like people not like, there's this one where this friend comes like to the door and he can see his friend through the window, but the friend looks like he's sad and he's trying to text the friend, but the friend won't pick up the phone. He goes, "Do you know someone that's suffering with depression? Please help them with mental health awareness." So it's like,
but you see, the thing is, I mean, I say it and Bella says it. Not all disabilities are visible.
it's true.
You know, not all disabilities are visible.
Exactly. Just look at Nick.
Chopper says, I don't have a mental illness. I enjoy every minute of it. But yeah, I mean, all too often, you know, I mean,
he embraces it.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'd like to think if I was having them sort of problems that I could reach out to somebody that, you know, the doctors would take you serious, that, you know, I mean, I embrace, you know, them sort of places that are willing to help people that are struggling.
Exactly. I'm the type of person that's like, if I'm on my deathbed sick, that's when I'll go and get help. But like, I should, you know, like, you should get it before the signs are like too apparent.
Yeah, I mean, all too often. I mean, I know we're going on a serious subject, but all too often,
Yeah.
causes of suicide are people that feel that nobody cares, nobody's listening to them, and
It's true.
that is the major cause of suicide, because they feel like nobody cares, nobody's listening to them. They've got a mental illness of
And
one
they'll
form.
have the happiest expression, and like like when it happens, for the shock factor, you're like, oh my god, like I never saw that coming. Like he had a wife and kids, or she was very happy at times. And you even see celebrities, they have all these yes men and stuff like that, and you're just kind of like, where was that one person to tell them, oh, maybe you shouldn't do that, or maybe you should take the drugs away, or you know what I mean? Like,
but I mean that's the problem. I mean, a lot of the GPs are that overworked that their solution is to hand drugs out to them.
yeah, and I've been on antidepressants when I was like a teenager, and like let's just say like I felt like a robot. I felt like I had no emotions. Everything was one emotion, and I don't know how to explain it, but that's what I felt at the time. But it was like you want to feel life. You don't want to mask it with just
I mean, it's all right handing antidepressants like Smarties, but more often than not, and I mean, I've been there myself. They make you feel like a zombie.
It does.
just
I felt like I was a robot, like a cyborg.
I mean, to me, just sitting down to talk to someone that will listen and understand your problems, but GPs and everybody, they're that overworked that they just haven't got the time to sit and listen, to those problems.
Yeah, it's like that in Canada, where it's like you have the government, you can have it like paid for by the government, but the government stuff it's very unpersonal. They give you like homework to do and stuff, but like you want like a shrink that will analyze your psycho dreams and delve into your mind and stuff. It's like $6,000 a session.
Yeah. Well, you see here in the UK, we've got what they call cognitive behavioral therapy.
Yeah, I think that was the word I was trying to go for, but yeah.
But I mean, just for somebody to sit down and listen, that is the main thing that most people with anxiety and depression want to do. They want to sit and talk down to someone, talk to somebody that understands the problem.
And it works wonders at the end of the day. Like, just to let your like stress or emotions out. You don't want to bottle that up.
Another thing is as well, I don't know whether people with depression and they find it easier to talk to a stranger than they actually do the family or the friends or whatever,
because of judgment and stuff like that. They don't want to be judged.
Chopper says analysis of my dreams. Oh, that could be scary.
What's your condition, Amy?
It's called Williams syndrome.
I've never heard of that. Like, what happened?
We Googled it yesterday. I'll Google it for your benefit, Crimson.
All right, cool.
Because we were talking about stigmatism as well, which Chris and Callum and Chris have got, like, to do with the eyes, and nobody understands that either.
Sometimes I can see too, so when I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, oh my god. DJ Ian.
I just want to say the Chopper's rule, you can actually analyze your dreams online. Like if you know like what your dream's about, like you just look it up online. There's a lot of analysis for that. Yeah, like a lot of times I have dreams where I'm in school or I'm in space, and my house was turned into a spaceship. It was weird. And I was flying around and I saw Toronto down there. It was a great little dream.
Well, you see, Amy was in yesterday and we were talking about stigmatism and everything. So I looked up Williams syndrome, basically to explain to people what exactly it is that, and it says it's a developmental disorder that affects many parts of the body. This condition is characterized by mild to moderate intellectual disability or learning problems, unique personality characteristics, distinctive facial features, and a heart and blood vessel cardiovascular problem.
Oh, wow. It's almost as if like it takes like mental health and it affects your body even more so than like depression.
It also goes on to say it's a genetic condition that is present at birth. So it's something that you're born with, basically.
Yeah, it's not through like an event or, you know, like something that happens in your life that causes it. Like you're born with it like since day one, yeah.
Yeah, it says it can affect anyone. It is characterized by medical problems, including cardiovascular disease, development delays, and learning challenges. So, you know, but I mean, Nick says people who talk about suicide are doing it for attention. But I mean, you know, I mean, in my respect, I mean, I'll be honest, I wouldn't have the guts to commit suicide. You know, I'll be honest about it. I wouldn't have. William says, I suffer with autism and depression. I find it very hard to talk to people about it. That's why I always stay in my room, because I find it hard to socialize.
Yeah, because it's still kind of like something that's a little taboo. Because a lot of people, you talk to them about depression and, you know, like I've even heard people say like, oh, he's lazy. No, but no, it's like you have depression. You know, like sometimes people can't get out of bed. You have to like, you know, differentiate.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing
I agree with Super Pop Bro. Like I understand, like a lot of times I can be unsocial for that reason.
But you see, the thing is that the fact is that same as Chris says, people have got to be desperate. And Nick says, you know, when he tried, he didn't tell anyone. And Nick's told me the story, so I know what he's saying. He didn't tell anyone, but it was only by chance that somebody found him. And that is.
But I want to say something to Nick though. What if, like, you know, like for that reason, you know, people may think, oh, if they talk about suicide, well, you know, they won't take him seriously and they'll think they just want attention. Do you think maybe that's one of the reasons why people don't say it? They think, oh yeah, they're you know, they just want to do it because, you know, if you just talk about it, people are just thinking, oh yeah, it's just attention.
But the thing is as well with depression, I mean, people that don't suffer with depression don't understand.
I live in my shed.
But you know what I mean? People with depression can't, you know, I mean, it's like, all right, I mean, I'm going back to my mum's, like, when way back, you know, and it were a case of, it wasn't very well understood then. And it were a case that you say, you know, or pull your big boy pants up, you know, get a grip. And you know what I mean? That was the attitude in them days.
No,
you know what I mean?
And it's kind of effective, I understand, but I can hear my like echo.
Oh, it's not echoing this end. I don't. Can you hear it?
No, like when I talk, I can hear my own voice, like you know, like recorded, and I'm like, oh, there it goes, it's gone.
Oh.
When I talk, I can hear my own voice.
No, it's not echoing at all.
Might be a Wi-Fi trim off. Sometimes that can be it.
Got to pay that bill again.
But yeah, you know, I mean, it's a case of there again. I've been there, I've done that. I've had the T-shirt. I did suffer with depression many years ago. And when my mum died, I felt myself slipping back into that depression. And that was one of the reasons why I started my YouTube channel.
Yeah, for sure. The best effective thing with depression is just to keep busy. You know, get like when your mind is stagnant, and you're just thinking about things and you're by yourself, that's when like depression will hit you the most. It's like, from experience, it's like, yeah, just keep busy, like Jeanette said, make a YouTube channel, like go for a walk, get exercise, see some friends. You don't want to be alone,
Yeah, but I
like
say
with depression.
you've got to recognise the signs, and I recognise the
Yeah.
signs. As, it,
You have to be very self-aware of how your body is and how it reacts to things.
I'm laughing at what Chris has put. Jeanette gets sure. But no,
She just like rolls her eyes. She's like, "Oh, he made it back from work."
Yeah, and Nick's right. I mean, people are in that mindset. Will do it regardless, no matter what you say to them.
Yeah,
it's
like when the mind is made up, it's made up. There's some people that are still on the fence, but they'll think about it in their minds. But it's better to, talk about it before it gets to that sense. That's what I was trying to get at.
Yeah, but same as I say, I mean, I sort of recognise the signs of, not wanting to get out of bed, not wanting to do anything at all. And that's same as I say, that's when I started my YouTube channel off, because I were recognising the signs, and I'm, it's my form of therapy, let's say.
Exactly. And you guys knew when I wouldn't come on live streams and stuff. It's like, yeah, I was going through something, but for the most part, depression it can come and go,
Yeah, but I mean, it's same as I say. I mean, Choppers has just said he has a hard time switching his mind off at night. I mean, I suffer with the same.
It's so true. I understand completely how you feel. I'm sorry to interrupt you, Jeanette.
Yeah, Ian says his time at the microwave has come. It says he'll see you later. See you later, Ian.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming. But yeah,
enjoy your microwave food.
Yeah, Nick says his mate took his own life. He didn't say he was good to do it. He just went and did it. I spoke to his girlfriend at the time and explained no amount of talking would have prevented it. He had made his mind up. But that's the thing, I mean, it's
it's just unfortunate that someone has to eject their life or kill their life off because they can't handle the situations.
Same as I've said. I mean, I'd never even consider it, even no matter how low I got, because I'd be too worried about the people I've left behind and calling me selfish and all this, that, and the other. You know what I mean? But Nick's right. When you get into that mindset, nothing or no one is going to change your mind.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're self-driven. It's like you're blocking out everything else, because that's the reason why you've gotten into that situation to begin with, is because all of the outside stress has affected you. So for people to call them selfish, it's like, yeah, they're thinking about themselves for once.
But you see, I think as well, I mean, when the depression gets to that state, you sort of have blinkers on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you can only see the road in front of you. And when that road leads you to suicide, that's all you're seeing.
And that road can be distorted because of how you feel, and that half empty, half full. Like you will jump to conclusions and things that you wouldn't normally think if you had a clear state of mind.
Yeah, because Sue says, yeah, that's true, because you think, what's the point of going on? But that is, I mean, you seem to put a set of blinkers on. You can't see anything or anyone, even though you've probably got friends or family that can see the signs, that are trying to, you've got these like blinkers on, and you can only see what goal is that you're looking, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. You look at these people and they're like, oh, I'm alone, and they have all these people, but no, it's not the case.
Yeah.
People feel alone because they feel alone. You can't really question that.
So, but yeah, I mean, Nick's just said his mate set fire to himself, but
oh man, that would be very painful.
Yeah, it's not It's not. It's the most painful way to go. Let's put it that way. I mean, let's say, for instance, a person was in that frame of mind. I mean, if you're going to commit suicide, I'd want to do it the least painfulest way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I think in those senses, you know, like when people jump off like a bridge and like it's overlooking a city, or they want the people to see the suffering of someone that's gone through it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. You see that? I mean, that the same as I say, this sort of people that want to do it in a dramatic fashion. Then you've got people that want to go away, do it quietly, no fuss, no, you know what I mean?
you know, like The Simpsons. I'm sorry to bring up The Simpsons, but you know, the Mo the bartender. There's always Christmas episodes, and Mo's like, he has like a rock, and he's gonna like jump off, like, you know, like the building. He's like, I'm gonna do it this year, guys. I'm gonna do it, and he's just like, oh, Mo, come down here, have some fun. He's like, oh, you guys, but I'm gonna do it next year. I just remember they had a scene with like Mo's kind of like a suicidal. He suffers with depression.
Yeah. But I mean, it all depends, same as I say, what sort of person you are. I mean, you know, some like to just go off and, you know, that's it. Same as Nick says, they don't tell anybody. They want to do it with less fuss. And then you've got people that do it in a more dramatic way, like, again, like what Nick says, like his friend did, that set fire to himself. You know, I don't know.
Or like take pills on a live stream. Like I hope to God I never see that again. You know, I've seen it once on like, you know, being on YouTube, and I don't want to see people like, you know, do that to themselves live, you know?
See, I've sort of had that experience. I mean, I was only about 18, but my mum and my dad were in the process of splitting up, but then after they split up, she found something out.
Mm-hmm.
So I caught her trying to take pills. She was just about to take some pills, and it were a good job I walked in at that, or she would have done it. And I
like, you were there right at the nick of time. Yeah,
I just walked in at the right time, just as she were about to take them, and I just walked over and knocked the glass and the pills and everything right, you know.
It was good you were there, for sure. And that was like perfect timing.
I sort of gave it a both barrels. What we're thinking, you know, at end of the day, it's not worth it, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? You know, but without actually telling the story, it's complicated to explain. But something had gone off, and she'd found something out after they'd split up, which had like pushed her over the edge, if you know what I mean.
No, I understand completely how you feel.
You know, but it were a case of, you know, what you're thinking about, Mum. You know, don't you realise that, you know, you're leaving us behind, you know, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I went through the whole spiel.
You wonder where their head's at. You're just like, what are you thinking? Yeah.
You know, but I mean, I were only 18 at the time. I hadn't sort of gone through any depression or anything, you know, till I
You don't understand the severity of what was going on, but yeah.
And what they're going through and what the mind's thinking.
No, absolutely. You're still a kid, pretty much.
But I mean, thinking about it now and going back to that moment where I caught her with the pills and the glass of water in her hand, you know, you can you can better understand the reason why she did it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but I mean, my mum always said to me afterwards, you know, because she went on to remarry, which she said she'd never do. She said she'd never trust another man again, but she did. You know what I mean? And my mum always says to me, she says, she kept thanking me, if you know what I mean. Kept saying, I'm glad you came in when you did. I'm glad you did what you did.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
You know what I mean? She basically thanked me for doing that, because and I told her at the time, you know, it's not worth it. You'll get on with your life. You'll find somebody else. Blah blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because she could have resented you for that. She could have been like, "Oh, you." No, but it was good that she put it, like, she actually thought about it. And she was like, "Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah,
That's awesome."
It well, like looking back on how stupid she was, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
That's the thing with my mate. I knew he was going through a hard time, and I spoke to him earlier that day and offered him support and offered to go out for a drink with him that evening. I had no idea he would do that. Calm me off. I'm okay, mate. But that's it. That's what they do. You know, they make out they're okay, but they're not. But there's nothing you could have done about it, Nick. There's nothing you could have done at all. You know, it's all right. And I always say this, it's all right saying what if, or you know what I mean? It's all right saying after, you know, what if I'd have done this, or what if I'd have done that, or you know what I mean? It's a lot of what ifs.
And that'll linger in your brain for sure. The shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah, exactly. And same as I say, going back to this thing with my mum, it was just coincidence that I walked in at the right time when I did.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, my mum had been gone years and years ago. But same as I say, having sort of looked back on it, she did actually thank me, you know, for intervening, let's say, and stopping her from doing something stupid.
No, that's awesome of you, Jeanette, for doing that.
So,
and how did they spoil you, Amy?
I think basically she's just saying like they do it to cheer her up, and you know, I mean, can I put it?
Yeah, kind of like, oh, you just need a couple drinks to loosen up. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah,
No,
but I mean,
now I get it.
You know, I mean, it's like things that's why I googled it, because I'd heard of Williams syndrome. I didn't understand the you know, the all about it, but having read it through it, and like Amy yesterday, she thanked me for explaining, you know, a condition to people, and
Yeah,
it
it
gives
brings
people
awareness to it. Yeah.
It's like bringing awareness, you know. And this is what I say when we get all plethora of people coming in here. I mean, Nick was talking about his addictions and things like that. I mean, to me, when
See,
people,
I would never think he would have an addiction. So, yeah,
you know,
it's like people suffer in silence.
It's like I'm grateful for people that feel comfortable, you know, telling people about the problems, bringing awareness to them sort of problems.
Oh, for sure. Like, you naturally have that inclination to want to help. It's not like, like I've come to Jeanette with some problems and stuff, and she has a nurturing nature. It's not like she feels obligated or, she's standoffish about it. She'll legit want to help you.
Yeah, but I mean, I look at it this way, Steve. If I can help one person, then it makes not my job worthwhile, but you know what I mean? If I can help just one person,
you get your jollies from it.
You know what I mean? It just makes me
I
feel
understand.
that I've helped someone.
Oh, for sure.
So, you know, I mean, I don't expect everybody to message me and say, oh, this is going off, that's going off. And, you know, I don't expect anybody to, you know, I can offer me advice, but I mean, whether or not you take it is a different thing. You know what I mean? You know, I you know, if that were me, I'd do this, or if that were me, I'd do it this way, or you know what I mean? But not everybody's the same, and not everybody has got the same way of thinking as what I do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but sometimes to hear that person just listen, or like, you know, like we said earlier, you know, about going to see somebody, it's like having that friend just sit and listen, like it works wonders.
Yeah,
You know,
Nick
and
says
Jeanette will
that.
get, Jeanette never interjects her opinion. However,
No,
you know,
I mean,
you make it clear how you stand though.
it's I mean, I start off by saying, well, this is just my opinion, or
Yeah.
if that was
Yeah.
me, I'd do this or that or the other. But it's Nick says he's never blamed himself for what he'd done, what his mate did, because no matter what, he would have done it regardless anyway.
Yeah, you can't blame someone for that.
Yeah,
because that
Nick
makes them
says,
feel even
says
worse.
he was addicted to coke, as in, you know, not the liquid variety.
Well, I
And,
hear you on that.
and he says his addiction stemmed after he lost his partner and child in a road traffic accident.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, buddy.
And Chopper says he was overwhelmed when some YouTubers raised some money to get a new welder. Well, this is what people do. I mean, you've same as I was saying yesterday. There's two sides to YouTube. There's the,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
you know, there's the, you know, the channels that thrive off of drama, and then you've got the other side where we come together as a community, as friends. You know, I Jewish redneck. But yeah, you know, I mean, I like to think that my channel's somewhere where people can come, where they can talk. You know, we don't always talk about serious things. I mean, there's days when we've sort of joked around.
Like mud wrestling, like when we were talking about like Janetta's a mud wrestler.
And then sort of when I sort of, I mean, this one guy comes in a Cobra. And when I were talking about the doctor, and I says, well, hypothetically, let's say I've got a boil on my bum. Now, when he comes in, he always asks me how the boil on my bum is.
Oh, geez.
You know what I mean? And it's,
yeah.
I mean, we're not always serious, not always talking about serious things. We do have a laugh. At one point,
exactly. Like, you know, like sometimes when I come to your like coffee mornings, like I may not be in the best moods, or I'm like just waking up, or I'm literally laughing, like my sides are hurting. Like I've had a couple coffee mornings where my sides hurt.
Yeah, Nick says he had a very expensive coke addiction, but he's been clean for over 20 years.
Yeah,
you know,
and it's good that you got out of it, because a lot of people can't. And it affects families. It affects, yeah, I won't get into it, but yeah, I understand what you're saying though.
Chopper says he's usually the one that gives stuff away. Never thought some, but that's it, Choppers. I mean, had I known about it, I mean, we can't afford a lot, but I would have donated. But I didn't know about it until I went on Easy Days channel one day, and he said that everybody had, you know, but by that time it were over and done with.
I'm really proud of people when they come together like that, for sure.
It's like I knew about it, but I didn't know about it till after the fact, till after the, you know. But yeah, it's you know, I mean, I'm not one of these that, you know, I don't like drama. I won't be part of drama. You know, anybody causes drama and they're gone, etc.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna look at it as like, you know, I'm not necessarily hate drama, but if there's drama that happens, I address it, like when it's absolutely necessary, and I move on. You know, I don't stretch it out. I don't hold on to hurt feelings. I don't, you know what I mean?
And you don't use it as a platform for your channel, or you don't use it as a platform to carry on the drama, etc.
No, exactly. I say what I have to say and I move on.
Yeah. Nick says he also abused drink, but wouldn't say he was an alcoholic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to give up drinking. Like drinking's everywhere and stuff. Like, so it would be a hard thing to give up.
Yeah, Choppers is also saying it's okay. I don't have any money myself, but I would help out where I can, and I'm exactly the same, Chopper. If I've got it.
But the thing is, guys, you don't have to give a monetary value to something if you want to help somebody. Like there's other ways you can help somebody, like, even just supporting them, or helping them out in a collaboration, or giving them a banner, or et cetera, et cetera. Like, there's no monetary value to like helping somebody.
Yeah, and same as Chopper says, we all come here as strangers and leave as friends. I totally agree with you there, Chopper.
Yeah. It's like we always said, we're like a bastard family.
It's like,
yeah.
And Bella will say same. Without YouTube, we wouldn't have made half of the friends that we would normally. We feel that,
Just think, Jeanette. Like a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, when we all met, like it was like me, you, Random Life Productions, and Keith. Like, look at how many people we've met along the way and stuff like that.
Same as Bella said when she came the other day. She says, who'd have thought that, I'd have met you on YouTube, and when people say, people that you meet or talk to on Facebook or on YouTube aren't your real friends, just look at us now. We class each other as besties and, sisters from another mister and things like that. And she says, I'm just thankful that I came across you and look at us now.
And likewise, you guys have been there for me when I've needed it, like, with bullies and stuff like that. And I appreciate you guys to the fullest. I have the utmost respect for the Pickerings.
And it's a case of, and I often say this, I mean, with me, what you see is what you get. I don't put any airs and graces on.
And that's what I respect about you. Absolutely. You and Chris keep it real.
Yeah, I don't sort of put it, I'm not dressed up to knives. This is just a casual t-shirt. I don't wear makeup. I mean, I don't sort of do all my hair and
only on Christmas with your Christmas apron.
Only on special occasions.
Yeah, she'll get extra spicy.
But yeah, I mean, it's same as Chopper says, he likes coming here for a chat, and this is what we like about it. It's relaxed. Yeah, we do have odd joke. Yeah, we do have odd.
Like I always said, when I come to a coffee morning, or like Pacey's channels live streams, it feels like I'm coming home to like hang out with family and like relatives, and I gotta kind of be on my best behavior, but not too much. You know what I mean? But that's how I've always felt.
And like this, I mean, we had one person, TROLL, yesterday came in. Bella took care of him straight away.
Bella's like, let me at him.
Yeah, but I mean that's the nature of people that's in the chat, people that are moderators. I know that people have got me backs.
Oh, absolutely. You definitely know who has your back on YouTube through like the trials and tribulations, and it is a process. But you have to deal with the good, the bad, and the ugly.
It's when I look at it, I've made friends in Canada, I've made friends in America, basically there's friends all over the UK. I regard everybody as friends.
You know what I regard everybody as? When I come to visit you guys, I have a free place to stay. No, I'm just joking.
Right, I'm going to charge you now, Crims. Nice.
You're going to charge me per night to sleep with Tucker.
Yeah. I'm going to set a tab up and put
50 quid a night.
Hiya, frugal farmer. How are you?
With no limit drizzle.
Yeah.
When I come to visit, I'm gonna do a segment. Meet Crims and Tucker have a sleepover.
Yeah.
It's just with me and Tucker.
And a segment on the exercise bike.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make. I have that is marked down in natural history. You know what I mean? That's like a museum artifact. I have to document this. I have to see it on different angles and positions. Oh my!
But only thing is, Crimson, the exercise bike's extra.
It's like when you go to those attractions, it's like you have to pay like a base fee. It's like if you want to see the exercise bike, you got to pay a little more.
Hey, Chopper's trying to do me out some business here because he says it's okay, Crimson, you can stay in my camper. You're doing me
I
out
would
to
love.
business here, Chop.
Hey, you know what? I am honored that you would let me stay in that camper. That place looks so comfy. You know, you got everything. You got your little pantry there. Like, I would love to stay there.
Well, on that note, I think I'm going to shut it down because I've been going on quite a while, and Mr. P's just just going back to it. So I'm going to shut it down, and so I can.
Not enough.
I can say goodbye to my husband properly.
Yeah, and that was cool. We had such a serious conversation.
Yeah, and when I'm going to say when I say properly, I don't mean properly.
I'm going.
Yeah. See you later.
See you later.
Have a good day at work, Chris. Or if you're going back. You forgot my kids.
See you later.
Yeah, so I'm going to shut it down because Mr. P's already been home and had his lunch, and I ain't had mine yet. So, oh yeah,
yeah, you got to go eat,
Carolyn, because I'm shutting it down. I'm sorry about that.
No worries. Don't apologize.
Hi, gorgeous.
But yes, sorry about that, Carolyn. I was just. It says get a room. Nick, that was Nick. Yeah, so yeah, I'm sorry about that, Carolyn, but I was just about shutting it down when you came in. So I do hope you'll tune in tomorrow.
Hello, Carolyn. Bye, Carolyn.
So bye, Carolyn.
Yeah, I'll see you all in the morning, and I love each and every one of you. So bye for now.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, everybody. Be happy.